Do it to it, honey.
Hey, hi, six people that are here. Yep, I decided to do a little bit of impromptu broadcast to see if anybody would show up. I was supposed to put up a video today, and because I usually put one up every day, and I accidentally deleted it. Here's how it happened if you care to hear the story. How it happened was, I mean, I feel so silly about it, really. I feel so ridiculous. Uh, I want to share the story about how it happened. Anime, Lurie, Sailing Cruise Official, all my loyal fans. Let me tell you how this happened. I feel so silly. So what happened is Ma'am Minnie and I, Princess Sarah's here, Jalen is here. Thanks so much for showing up. I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes by having an impromptu live stream. I just wanted to see if it would work. But anyway, how it happened was I was transferring. All right, let me start at the beginning. I got to start at the beginning to tell you. I have not yet learned how to use my computer, my laptop video editing software. And so I'm afraid of it, just like I'm afraid of using that this fancy camera, this DJI Pocket 2. Now I'm getting used to it. A lot of the videos that we're doing now, Mamini and I, they're done with this camera. Gardening Point, thanks for showing up. AJ, thanks for being here. So they're done with this camera. I've got it in the case. You guys know what this thing looks like though, right? So here it is right here. Yeah, it's a cute, neat little device. You know, it's very handy to carry around. You know, easy to transport, easy to use. That's why we use it. So anyway, let me get on with the story. But I want to show you. It's an SD camera, right? Most are these days. And you have right here, you could see the micro SD card. So because I'm so afraid of trying to figure out, I've tried it a couple of times. I'm no good at it. I tried figuring out how to use the software, the computer software for doing online editing on the computer. They use a cloud editing format, but I'm just afraid of it. I have to watch a few more videos and I have to get comfortable using the program. So instead, I use the program that's on my cell phone that I've been using for years, right? I've been using this for years. Tim's here, Tim Deziak. So I'm editing everything from this cell phone right here, which means that I gotta open up the slot, with my little tool that I keep here so I won't lose it right here. I use that little tool, I open up the slot, I put the SD card in, and when I was removing it from here and putting it in here, right? When I was removing it, it sprung and it jumped. It went like pop right out of the camera, right? And it landed on the sofa. So I picked the SD card up. I went to go put it inside the micro slot here in the cell phone card slot, and I saw a spark. Right, I saw this spark, and I go, "Oh, damn!" And it most likely was some kind of like a static electricity charge. So it was a static electricity charge. I saw it arc a little bit. It was just a quick flash. And then when I plugged it in and I went into my video software, my application that you get on Google Play Store, guess what? I had a whole bunch of corrupted files. And so I really had a good time filming this video that I was going to put up today, and I lost all the files. And what it was about was they were having a fiesta here in Bye Bye City Leyte, and we were sponsoring the kids playing games. And so they were doing they were doing all kinds of different games that are very traditional. The one that was my favorite was the flower cups, where you get them in the line, you get teams of 4 or 5, whatever it is, and they go racing over there. And the idea is to blow air into the cup until it's empty, and then you end up blowing the flower all over your face. That was such fun, and I had it. I had it on tape, folks. I had it on this camera, and I lost everything. You know, the saving grace of this whole thing is Minnie was taking pictures with her Oppo phone, and she saved some of them, and she was able to put them online on her Facebook page. I think she might have posted a couple of reels, but I had hours worth of video that I lost because I wasn't paying attention. I let the thing get away from me, and then a static electric charge zapped it and corrupted my files. That's horrible, right? Oh my goodness gracious! So I've been sitting in front of the TV set pouting, thinking to myself, life just isn't fair. It was so much fun to watch those kids play those 3 games that we were sponsoring over there at the Fiesta. And everybody was having a good time. I mean, I had so many kids coming up to me saying thank you, and it was so nice of you to sponsor the games. I mean, Filipinos, they have to be the most polite and happiest people on the face of the planet. Annie MC's here. Annie. Uh, Video or it never happened. That's what I'm saying. So all day I've been thinking, man, I got to put something up. I got to put something up. It's but I got nothing. I was going to put some old video up that I have from San Fernando, and I was going to show you, what was that? What was I going to show you? Oh, the new City Hall, Bye Bye City Leyte. And I was like, man, I'm such a boring person. Tim is saying, Dan, take everything to the DJI store. Maybe they can recover it. Could be they could. I could do that. I need to get over there, and I need to buy another what's it called? Clip-on, a clip-on Bluetooth mic. Oh my goodness gracious! I've been looking around, by the way, for one around Bye Bye City. They don't have anything. I got to go to Cebu. When Minnie and I return back to Cebu at the end of the month, then we'll go ahead and we're going to buy one. Because they do. I believe they do have a DJI store somewhere in Ayala Mall or one of the malls. Anyway, I saw one. I just have to remember where it was, or I'll have to look it up. So I'm so glad all of you are here. By the way, I'm gonna. I said I made a promise to you guys I would do Stuff the Pig on every live stream, and I wasn't gonna do a drawing, but I decided since there's 11 million people here, we'll probably do a drawing for 200 pesos. I got it right here. I got I got the tab sitting right here. I'll probably pull it myself. I know that Mini is out there baking, doing something for something that's going on tomorrow. They're having some kind of high school class reunion. I'm getting my dates all mixed up. I'm just thinking that I'm going to have to keep a book, a notebook, or a calendar, something I could refer to every day. Would be very helpful because I used to be able to remember all these things on the fly, or I'm going to have to learn how to use my phone and calendar everything. Alien Cruz is here. Luris, thanks so much for being a fan and being so supportive. Same to you, Anime Reyes. What's the long name now? You have like 3 or 4 or 5 surnames attached to your name. Yeah. How come in the chat it shows Anime Reyes, and then on your Facebook page it's got like 4 or 5 or 6 different names? I meant to ask you about that. Smash is here. Smash. All right. Thanks so much for being here. Now, also, so there's something I want to talk about. It has to do with this day in history in the Philippines, right? So this is last minute, so I have to bring it up on my phone. But something struck me, like something big happened in history on the 17th of August in the Philippines. And while I'm sitting there watching TV and I'm in Gaga land, I decided to look it up while I was sitting there. I go, man, I got to get my brain to work because I'm just sitting there going numb. Yeah, I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw a 200 peso winner today. I'll probably do it myself. Man, Minnie's there baking cookies or something. I don't know what she's doing. Anyway, she's in there with her helper. They're baking a whole bunch of goods. I don't know what's going on. I just eat the stuff. I don't bake it. I just eat it. All right. Oh, here I found it. I found it. So in 1976, Wikipedia is saying that you had the Morro Gulf earthquake and tsunami. Holy crap! That took place on August 17th, 1976 at, wow, 11 seconds after midnight, it looks like, near the island of Mindanao and Sulu in the Philippines. Its magnitude was calculated as being as high as 8.0 on the moment magnitude scale. So that's not the same as the Richter scale. Otherwise, they would have said the Richter scale, right? I had no idea that this event occurred. I would have been, let's see, I would have been on the East Coast at the time, and I would have been working for Dunkin' Donuts. Or no. Yeah? No. I was in college at the time in downtown Los Angeles. That's right. Dunkin' Donuts came a couple years later. All right, so that's pretty serious. I mean, that's a huge earthquake. Okay, so now it has, they don't call me gloom and doom Dan for nothing either. It's low tech Dan on the technical side of things when it comes to electronics and computers. And then over here, it's gloom and doom Dan. I think you guys gave me that name. All right, so that would be casualties. Let's talk about the casualties. 5 to 8,000 killed, 10,000 injured, and 90,000 uh, Filipinos became homeless. Where have you ever heard of that? Those kind of numbers? Where have you ever heard of those kind of crazy numbers of casualties? That is absolutely insane. Oh, by the way, that isn't learning about this and a couple of other things that I thought I would share with you that I thought were interesting. So I get this. I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you before. I'll bet you that a couple of you, like Mawelma, hi, I'm falling in love with your frying pan videos, Mawelma. How are you doing this evening? Oh, if we even have one person who's not from the Philippines out here in the chat today, I will be very surprised. Mawelma, I'm Sekbuchi. I'm falling in love with Mawelma's, her turning the omelet videos. I think she's on something big there. I'm learning from you folks, that's for sure. I'm definitely learning. All right, so what was the other thing that happened? Oh, YouTube. Okay. So about 25, 30 minutes ago to an hour ago, YouTube sends me a message, and this time they're saying uh, the owner of the audio, I don't know if you've ever had this happen before, but the owner of the audio that you remix on one of your short videos, he does not want you to use for this reason, right? And the reason is going to surprise you. So, but first, you'll figure it out when I tell you which video it was because I deleted it. I ended up deleting it. But it turned out to be the first dinosaur video that I did that was titled Jurassic Sounds. All right. So now, when somebody posts something on YouTube and you give permission for them to remix or reuse it, I thought you were good to go. I thought you were good to go. I thought they couldn't interrupt your creativity because they already agreed that you could use it in a remix video. But no, Dan has to be the lucky one. I have to be there and I have to have my video muted because this paleontologist who has spent his entire life collecting prehistoric sounds. I don't know where he gets them. He has to make them up where while he goes along. Because there are no dinosaurs walking the planet, are there? Is there really a Jurassic Park someplace on the earth, on the planet? Abby's here. Ah, Abby, did my wife add you on her Facebook page? I know you put in a request because she came and asked me. Listen, I don't want to. I don't. You don't have to answer. I don't want to embarrass either one of you. I just hear this sigh every time she comes to me. Is this another one of your people? I'm just kidding. I try to explain to her, honey, they're your fans. You know, they're your fans. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, Michelle, I was just telling a story about how YouTube told me that the owner of the audio that I used on Jurassic Sounds didn't like my application of the video sound because it scared the children. They got a complaint from some kid's mommy. They got a complaint from some kid's mommy. My kid is terrified by watching that video. It should be age restricted. But actually, it caught the attention of the owner of the audio who said, "Hey, I didn't. I intended this only for educational purposes, and this guy over here, Mr. Dan, is trying to turn that dinosaur into Godzilla." And geez, right? He's trying to turn the dinosaur into Godzilla. Oh my gosh! You know what it is? You know what I think about all this? So they said your video will no longer be allowed to be shared. We're not putting it on the recommended short videos. We muted it, and it will be deleted in 30 days. They actually tell me that. Now, if you want to go back and you want to go grab another audio file, we're cool with that. You go upload it again with another audio file, and hopefully this time no one will complain. What is a dinosaur supposed to sound like? I have no idea. But whatever it's supposed to sound like, that wasn't it. So now it it's going to make me gun shy. Oh, I don't think I'm allowed to say that word in any kind of context. Jerry, I call South Texas home. Jerry, what are you doing? Oh, it's the morning. That's right. Good morning. It's morning in the U.S. I forgot. People are getting up, going to work, getting ready to go to work. All right, so here's the whole thing. Uh, I'm very very careful usually about the application. I thought I was doing okay with it, but apparently not. They so I ended up just as long they were going to delete it anyway. YouTube had already told me we're deleting it. We're deleting that video, in 30 days. Why wait? Why wait 30 days? Why mute it and then allow me to suffer? What am I supposed to do? If I put another audio file to it, there I lose all the views, right? It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't get a whole lot of views on that. I'm learning about the timing of the video and all that other stuff. The timing is key, and I haven't figured all that stuff out. Tim and I have talked about this once or twice. I think that YouTube can be very judgmental at times, and they won't promote certain videos. If let's say um, they have let's say that you put rap music in a short video or any kind of video, even though it's up on there to be remixed, it's available for you to grab the audio. It's advisable not for you to use the part or to bleep out when they curse, because obviously you got people in the world, they're not into uttering curse words or cuss words every in every sentence they speak. I try not to do it, but I do it all the time anyway. I said I try not to do it, but I do it all the time. So I mean, I try to be as much of a gentleman as I can, but most of the time it's absolutely impossible. I grew up in the hood. I'm a hood rat. What am I supposed to do? I'm an educated hoodie. Tim is saying sometimes YouTube doesn't like us old people using music. I mean, otherwise it's so friggin' boring. I'm getting itchy. All right. So anyway, all right then, Larice. Larice, are you listening? Are you in there? I want to say something to you. So Larice, let's talk about the toys, right? Now, I realize that a whole bunch of you don't a lot of people, they just don't have a ton of money to go and buy the toys that trend. So I'm hit or miss. So I try to keep my toy expense. Good evening, Gabby. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being a fan. But so now I've been getting a couple of comments. One of them from Larice, where she was joking. Hi, Nicole. She was joking. Dan, another toy. You're turning into a toy addict. Yes, yes, I am. I just want to admit that I'm turning into a toy addict. This one surprised me. I wasn't expecting to get that many views out of it. The dancing elephant. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about this video a little bit. So what happened was that the elephant was not supposed to collapse in the video. So this was titled what? Dancing for Peanuts. And then I wound them up. There's Larice. There's Larice talking about my toys. Hey, I have a good mind to just package all these toys up and send them to you, Larice. Yeah, I might actually give some of these toys away. I've been thinking about that before Christmas, packaging them up and then mailing them off. All right, so Larice was talking. Oh, another toy, la ti da. So anyway, no, she wasn't like that. You can see the comment. I haven't responded to her. I'm kind of having a little bit of fun with it right here. So look at this. All right, so here's this, right? So now look, it's cool, right? But he dances. He dances in a circle. Can I not like? Here's the question I have for you: is it okay for an old senile man to like these type of toys and come up with video ideas that will get 1,000 views or maybe 2.8K? Or I mean, look at this. Look at this. See? And so this toy danced around in a circle, right? Like this. And then all of a sudden, he all of a sudden he falls over when he lost energy. He just goes a bloop, and he ends up on his back right there by the peanuts, leaning against the peanuts, and it was hilarious. And you saw Man Minnie's look. She was just standing there going like, ooh. She was trying not to laugh. How did that happen? How did that elephant just fall perfectly poosh, in front of on the peanuts like that? I have no idea. All right. So I thought also, let's talk about this also. I thought that people would be in love with a snake. I thought that people would be in love with a snake because the tongue goes back and forth. See? The tongue goes back and forth. And the tail, it looks like a real snake. Look, look, look. How could you not like that? I should be able to do videos all day long and end up getting 3K views out of that snake. The snake should have longevity. Get it? Long tail, longevity. It should have long fingers. It should go and keep going. I should be able to get 10,000 views out of this snake before I have to retire it. But no, no, no. They didn't like it. They didn't like it when I pretended to have the snake bite me, and then it made its way over the side of the table and tries to come back and attack me again. Nobody likes that. Folks, it ain't easy coming up with these ideas. You know it. Tomorrow, I'm probably frying up an omelet. I'm running out of ideas here. You guys have to private message me. I need to keep this channel alive. You know, I have to. That's why I'm here. I have to get some views going. You know, I have to take the space of the video that wasn't. It was meant to be, and then I got nothing, and I couldn't figure out what to do. So I decided I'm going to do this live. I got stuff to talk about all the time, so I might as well do this live. So, okay, so now here's another story. I have another story for you. Let me see if oh, yeah, here it is. Now, folks, don't be offended when I show you this. Michelle, don't be offended, okay? Because it's just simply. Now, you see this color right here, yellow? Now, this whole thing, Crystals is here. Hi, Crystals. This whole thing, this particular emoji was yellow. And I said to Man Minnie, what good is a yellow emoji? What good is a yellow emoji? She says, no, it lights up. Listen, nobody wants to see a poop emoji that lights up, right? Am I right? So she's pondering. Man Minnie is pondering. And then she goes, you know what? I'm going to take care of this for you. You're such a hard person to please sometimes, you know? So she grabs it and she returns it to me. There you go. There's the yellow. The yellow's still on the bottom. That was the original color. So this is a painted emoji, right? So what she did was she says, I don't have a magic marker or a laundry marker, a permanent marker. I got nothing. Then she's looking around. I hear her opening drawers, right? And she finds this nail polish, right? And she coats the emoji. You can see that once. Listen, don't give me any of your crap. I did not come on here to do this live stream to stink up the place. This emoji is gonna. I have no idea what I'm gonna use the emoji for. Right? It's I've done a lot of videos where the fish were in the toilet, and I was just thinking to myself, if I were just to set this and let it float in the bowl, that probably would end up getting 2.8K views. You know how people are. But then I was like, man, that's an easy reach. No, that is a very, very easy reach. Just set the thing in the toilet bowl, let it sit there and float around, add a few dramatics, like I'm seeing in some of these disgusting YouTube videos. I could be like sitting there, and then you hear long fart sounds. LV, 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 LV. Right? I could do that. I could sit there. I was thinking about this. I could be sitting there on that toilet. You just saw the bathroom video. I could just be sitting there going, you know, and then I get up, pull my pants up. No, I wouldn't show. No, I'm just acting, right? I'll just show the video, so you could use your imagination what might be there. And then down there in the bowl, you look down there, and then there's this emoji floating there. Listen, I thought about doing it. I'm not going to do it because it's an easy reach. Listen, make your own jokes up as you go along. This is too easy of a reach to do that. Don't you guys think? Don't you guys think that that would be a disgusting video to do? Right? Tim might use nail polish to preserve the thing. Yeah, fake fruit. Yeah, if you wanted to make fake fruit, you would use clear nail polish, or you'd use something like that in order to make it so you could put the encapsulated fruit on your coffee table. I bet you that's what you have there, right, Crystals? I'll bet you right now what you have is you've got encapsulated fruit sitting there. Are you taking off, Jared? Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. Jerry's got so many interesting videos. If you guys haven't gone in there and seen all 1.8K videos that Jerry has up in his channel, I encourage you to go do that. It might take you 10 years, but what the hey? What the hey? Yeah. You've got all the time in the world to sit there and watch train videos and whatever else, and sound checks and whatever else he comes up with. It's fascinating to me. 1.8K videos. Oh my goodness gracious. How are you going to get through all those? So every day, I think this is getting back to the earthquake thing. So I talked about in one live stream about how it's important to pick up a book every once in a while, and then you can learn something about the Philippines and Filipino history, and then whatever catches your fancy, you can incorporate it some kind of way into a video. I mean, I don't know how you do that when you're doing duck races, but it doesn't. The whole Dan thing is not quite the same as the LV thing, right? LV. Dan. It's very boring. LV. Mertz, how would you incorporate this day in history while you're doing duck races? Thanks for being here. See, no, so that's the emoji store. I wanted to share that with you because I thought that was equally interesting. Not as interesting as the earthquake that happened this day in 1976. I believe I would have been 19 years old at the time. Yeah, I decided to see what would happen. Yeah, and it's working out okay, right? 15, 16 minutes. It's vacillating. It's going up and down. I am going to pick a 200 peso winner today, and I am going to do Stuff the Pig today. But anyway, all right. So the effects, intensity report. Let me see if there's anything interesting, more interesting than that. It's giving a little history. See, this is the reason why it could be interesting to go back and learn a little bit about the history of the Philippines. This is our country, and we're living here. We should know something about it. Most of you probably do know that this occurred. I don't really know because I stay drunk most of the time and go to parties. No, I don't really do that. I make my entire life up as I go along, and then I share it with you, right? The initial earthquake was widespread and was felt as far as the central Philippine island of the Visayas. Holy smokes! A massive tsunami devastated 700 kilometers of coastline bordering the Moro Gulf and the North Celebes Sea. 700 kilometers. Can you imagine that? Folks, the maximum height of the waves reached 9 meters at Labac on the island of Alicia. Oh, 4.3 meters at Alicia, 3 meters at Risa Bay on the other side, the eastern coast of Basilan. That's crazy. I've never heard of anything like that happening before. Have you? I mean, that's absolutely crazy. Fruity Gaming is here. Fruity, Mama Gina's here. Team salute, Pakilmerks. Team salute. All right. So, why do you think, by the way, why do you think this candy video ended up getting so many views? Why do you think it did? These are nips, right? Well, if you're from the States, right, the name Nips is a funny name for chocolate candy that looks like M&Ms. So basically, as most of you know, this is an M&M knockoff, right? But it doesn't taste anywhere near as good as an M&M. But I noticed something, right? These are called Nips, but it doesn't have an N on the candy. Why doesn't it have an N on the candy? It's an M&M knockoff. It should have some kind of a letter on it. It should have an N, right? And Tim is saying it's because people like candy. Is it as simple as that? Or does it have something to do with the colors? Does it have something to do with the color scheme? Huh? If you're to put up a kaleidoscope that just goes around all day and it's showing a whole bunch of different colors, would that get views? Is it really about candy, or is it about the color associated with the candy? Would you get as many views if it were a Hershey bar? If it were this color, would you get as many views? I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. I mean, once you figure out what the secret is, frying eggs in a pan, you're on your way to getting that million views or that 4 million views that you need in order to be monetized. See where I'm going with this? This is why it's important to figure all this stuff out. It's because once you get the formula down, you'll start getting 1 million views on every video that you post. All right. I know I've been talking about the economy a lot. But I'm starting to discover that people in the Philippines, they don't spend a whole lot of time thinking about that. I think it's because of the same reason that Filipino Raquel had mentioned at one time about why most of the population don't save money is because they live life for today. So I think the only time it comes into play really is when people are actually starting to starve. And there's a food shortage. I saw another article about rice, and how exports are declining. Elvia is saying short video is really unpredictable, Sir Dan. Haha. Most of the time, weird things get viral. But what's weird in your definition of viral? Because, for example, I've seen Pinky Gray and Larice do exactly the same thing. I mean, they're turning, for example, I can't think of which one they did together. Maybe it has to do with the bulldog, that we were using for a while. Anyway, I don't want to get banned from YouTube because of the bulldog thing, but because you could probably get miles out of a bulldog. You probably can go and spend 50 pesos or 100 pesos on a bulldog, and that thing's going to end up getting you something like uh, 10,000 views or more. But that's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the trigger? And so if you go and you look at my video shorts, you're going to see that I'm getting close to figuring out how you get between 1,000 and close to 3,000 on almost every single video. And it's stuff that I've already shared with you, about the sound, the color, ASMR, but I noticed something, folks. You have to know the person who's presenting the video, and that may be key. I just don't get it. I mean, you're only going to go so far if you do AI videos, where you're LB is saying title and hashtags get the views. But when you go in and you read about from YouTube and they ask the questions, you can go into Quorum or some of those other places and it's ask the YouTube experts, and then you go in there, you pose your question. They're saying YouTube is saying that the hashtags don't have as much influence over the algorithms as you think. That's what they're saying. They're saying, yeah, it's a good idea. You're better off using hashtags than not. But they're saying they don't have that type of an influence over the success of your video as you think. They said it more has to do with uh, whether you can keep your subscribers growing. It has to do with so many subscribers within a certain time frame. If you keep adding subscribers, then they keep sharing the video. Hi, Marianne Solonga. I love that name, Solonga. Are you following what I'm saying? They're saying as long as people are sharing it and it's getting you subscribers, then they know that's part of the formula. That's part of the formula. They say using the hashtags is minimally successful. I don't know what they mean by that. I really don't. So, but I notice this when we're using the bubblegum machine, when we're using something that has a lot of bright colors, like this jar of candy does, this jar of nips, that the views start to go up. You start doing this, you start tearing paper in your video, tearing it. Well, do I have paper in here that I could tear? Or crunching it. If you notice in my video, I crunch paper. I did it on a live, that sort of thing, tearing it. And then now someone has said whispering also comes into play. Whispering, people that want to hear what you're saying. What happens if you whisper backwards? What happens if you you guys ever think about that? Like, remember the old days when they had vinyl records, they would say that, hey, somebody is LB is saying usually it's this ASMR, the sound, and the colors. Yeah, they want to see brilliant colors out there, right? That's why the Dunkin' Donut one that we did well when it was attached to that music, and I think that's why the Nips does well. Of course, when you use the title and you say Filipina Nips, it has a different connotation. For example, I'll get when I get a video that has let's say 1,000 views or more, and then after the fact, I check my analytics. It'll show me that the majority of those views did not come from the Philippines. The majority of those views came from the United States. So, you know what I'm starting to think? United States. So I've said on this channel before that Facebook is all about the Philippines. TikTok is all about the Philippines. But I'm starting to think that I could be wrong about that. That it might be it might be a global thing, because when I started looking at my analytics, it starts showing the majority of my views on my shorts is coming from the States, and that they subscribe, and then boom, you got what you got. Listen, Jerry has figured this thing out. I'm going to tell you, Jerry I believe, has figured this out. His view count may not be very high, but his subscription rate is. So he does a lot of short videos, right? He does a lot of short videos, and he specializes in what these things that people are interested in. And the train hobbyist, it's huge in the United States. You know, from the from the whole history of the transcontinental railroad and the last spike driven in, where I come from, Sacramento, California. The history of it is fascinating, and one thing that I think may have an impact on the success of his channel would be the fact that he is appealing to an older demographic, the retirees that remember the good old days, the retirees that travel across, you know, the, by railroad across the United States, and they miss those days when it was affordable to travel that way. And people who have done the transcontinental train across Canada from Vancouver all the way to Toronto, or the East Coast. So I'm thinking that, okay, those people, they're retired. They have plenty of time in their hands to sit down there and watch YouTube. But you tell me if I'm wrong about this. I have detected, and it may be a seasonal decline, but some of the people that used to get fantastic views, I'm talking about 10K views per video on a regular day, those view counts are starting to plummet. And Crystal is saying the color is the main factor in everything: food, clothes, and people. But Crystals, chicken eating hamburger. Now that's news, right? Hamburger eating chicken, that would be news. But how does color come into play? How does color come into play with that chicken and that burger? I mean, do you think those colors were? They may be vibrant enough. I mean, the chicken was bright yellow, you know. So it may in fact be the case that it comes into play. But personally, I thought it was the story. Yeah, she's laughing. I thought it was the story, Crystals. I thought it was the story. Chicken eats burger. If it were hamburger eats chicken, would it have gotten as many views as it has gotten? Huh? Would it? Do you think? I'm just asking. I'm speculating. Because you took that chicken and you made that chicken work. Because I saw all those videos that you loaded up there, and I was thinking, yeah, you go get them, girl. You go get them, Crystals. But did you have a big time success on any of those other videos that you uploaded, other than chicken eats burger? I mean, it's hilarious. Think about it. The whole subject. Oh, look at that. That's a chicken eating a burger. And then you had it. You had the chicken making noise. And then I did it with Minnie. Minnie was that whole video where Minnie bit the head off the chicken. Yeah, that whole thing where chicken eats bird. That whole thing where Minnie did it, and she's pulling the head off the chicken. That was from an old rumor that circulated way back in the day about a rock star that bit the head off a chicken. It was an event that never actually took place, right? Frank Zappa had something to do with spreading the rumor. Frank Zappa admitted to it. He's since passed away from prostate cancer, but he admitted that he had something to do with spreading the rumor. But it wasn't about him. It was about him and that English couple that are still around. They're still a hit. And I can't think of their names right now. No, it's not the Beatles. It's the dude and the wife. The dude ain't doing so well. He's got something going on with him. He doesn't tour much anymore, but I think he's in his 70s. It's really YouTube this time. Last year, the view analytics is really nice. Now it's hard to get. They limit the view traffic. You may be right, LV. That may be correct. It sounds to me like you know something, because it sounds to me like you know something. Yeah, it sounded a little bit too intellectual to me. So I accept that that may be the case, that it's getting so big they have to restrict or limit the traffic. Hence, probably in days gone by, when the guy complained about my dinosaur audio, they probably would have told him to stuff it. They probably would have said, "Hey, you know the rules. You had to check the box. The box said, 'Are you willing to share?' You said yes. If you say yes, all bets are off. You have Dan over here. He's just trying to impress people with his view count. You can't all of a sudden yank the rug right out from underneath him, tell him that he cannot use the audio for that because it scares children. Jeez, Louise, right?" This sound, this sound, we're going to be using soon. We're going to be doing something with slot machines, or we're going to be doing something with coins. This sound. You get something like that. Because I did a slot machine video long time ago when we were in Sacramento, and it got decent views. All right, it's time for me. I'm glad there's 15 million people here. So you can see that this piggy is hungry, and so we need to. I'm going to hold it by the neck. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stuff the pig. I don't know. How much money do you think this pig has in it already? Anime. Mini Snow, what do you think is in here? Hey, by the way, see these little ones? They're cute. I'm hanging on to them. Look, I got a couple of them. I'm hanging on to them. Someone told me that they throw those away, that they don't even spend them. What is that? That's money, right? Isn't that money? Wait a minute. How did I end up with nothing but a bunch of one peso? Oh no. Here's an old $5, right? Here's an old, oh my gosh, how much? That's a 5 probably, or 10. That's a 5 or 10. I don't know what kind of coin this is. I don't even know if you could spin this coin here in the Philippines. That's all right. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't say what kind of coin I was going to be stuffing in here. I just said no. I said pesos. Don't worry, I'm not going to cheat anybody. Oh, I'm hearing the rain outside. All right, no bills today. I don't have any bills to put in there. So we stuffed the pig as promised. I just wonder how much. I know there are a couple of bills in there. I know there's at least 100 pesos in there, but probably more because I put 100 pesos in there myself in those bills. You guys know there's at least 100 pesos in there. LV Rose is laughing, saying the title gets the views at times like clickbait. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, you're right about that. Hey, by the way, I have a question. So, speaking of YouTube, so when I did the short video and I condensed the lip pointing video that anime and others, you were so sexy in that video. Yeah. LV Rose, didn't I ask you to send me a lip pointing video and you didn't do it? What are you, shy? I can't remember what happened. I think I asked you anyway. If I didn't, I apologize. I forgive you. We'll do another one. Yeah, it's a blue piggy as opposed to the traditional pink. Yeah. Oh, piggy, come to me. Come to me. Mama wants baboy lechon. Mama wants baboy lechon. That pig is so hungry that he turned blue. That's right. It is all 20, she says. All right, so now, where are we at? Put in centavo coins. Yeah, centavos. Yeah. Oh, LB said, yeah, I asked, but I forgot. I forgot to do it. Okay, that's okay because I forget. I forget to do stuff. Hmm. It's raining now. It's pouring. So now, what should I be doing with this guy then? Aside from just letting him sit here and whenever something happens or somebody says something that stinks up the place, then I'll just bring out the emoji and say, "Hey, you're stinking up the place. Hey, you, Hey, you troll, you're stinking up the place." Listen, that's too easy to do too, isn't it? They would expect me to be doing something silly like that, right? All right, so now, folks, feed that to the snake, El Hero says. So now history. So do me a favor, 5 minutes. You just pull up. All you have to do is put in here what happened on this day in history in the Philippines. And then you just put the date in. Like today's the 17th, this came up, this tsunami. Every day. Des is here. Hi, Des. Listen, I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes that was live before I pulled the trigger. I did not, I'll admit to you, I did not look, right? I figure the YouTube community is a pretty big place. Yeah. Um, so anyway, the whole thing is that you do that, you learn a little bit about history. I just want to share something with you that damn near caused my heart to stop. Yeah, it's gonna happen one day. It's gonna happen one day. The day that it happens will be the day that Dan does not show up for his scheduled live stream. That's how you know Dan has bit the dust. The day he doesn't show up, something has happened. Yeah, Dan has met his maker. And so it's going to happen. I mean, because look, you all are young in there. You're young. You're going to live another 40 or 50 years, God willing. Me, I'm older. I'm older. I've got 12. Maybe I've got 12 years left. God willing, I've got 14. Yeah. I mean, it's going to happen. I'm going to go before you are. The question that I have asked myself and I have asked my mom is, will I go before her? Because the men fall out somewhere between age 78 and 80, but the women live into their hundreds, which means that there's a very good chance that my mom shall outlive me. That's pretty spooky to think about. Rona's here. Rona Cease, how are you? Good evening. Good evening. Thanks for being here. 17 million people in the house. So I did say I was going to draw for 200 pesos. I know you guys want 200 pesos because we're coming into the weekend. We're coming in. What's tomorrow? Friday in the Philippines. Here's Tim. The only time I worry about it, Dan, is if the Dunkin' has Bavarian cream donuts. Folks, I was not going to share this with you about the Bavarian cream, but the other day, Ma'am Minnie and I went in there and they gave me a day old Bavarian cream donuts. That's the first time that it's happened. And I was very, very disappointed. I had taken a bite out of it. I look over at Ma'am Minnie. I said, this Bavarian cream donut was yesterday's. I said, I got to go tell him this donut is hard as a rock. So I picked it up. I went over there. I showed him. I said, "Ma'am, I hate to be the one to do this because I love Dunkin' Donuts. This one is a baseball. Look," and I pounded on the counter. I shouldn't have done it. Listen, I shouldn't have done it because powdered sugar went everywhere. Icing hit her in the face. I should not have done it. But I kind of went. You know me and my sense of humor. I kind of took the donut and I went like this, dunk, and it hits a. And she panicked. The poor gal. We're just trying to make a living, right? She panicked. She was like, "Oh no! Oh! Shit! Sir! No! 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 I will take care of this right away." She takes it. She makes the donut disappear like magic. Right? It was just gone. 1 minute there. You know, uh, powdered sugar everywhere. She's rubbing it off of her nose. Oh man, you've got a speckle of brown somewhere out there. Listen, do I do apologize for being a rude American. Oh my God, my wife couldn't believe it. Did I get a lecture after that? I did. I did. I got lectured after that. You can't do that. Filipinos are nice people. All you have to do is go up there and say, "This is day old." And right away, they're going to make it disappear. They're going to remove the donuts from the shelf and they're going to give you a brand spanking new, fresh donut. And that's exactly what happened. Once she cleaned the mess up, she went and fetched me another donut. And again, she was profusely apologetic. I mean, she could not apologize fast enough, nor over and over and over again. She just kept apologizing. She was terribly, terribly embarrassed, and I should not have done that. I apologized to myself, saying, "I'm so sorry. I should not have pounded the donut on the table, on the counter. That was not good form. I apologize. Please don't share this with your friends that I did that." She just looked at me and smiled, shook her head like this. Oh my goodness, it's so complicated, doing a drawing, when you didn't prepare for it. It's just complicated. You guys should step into my shoes sometime and see how I do things here. It's so ridiculous that you go, Dan cannot be helped. There's nothing we could do to save him. There is nothing we could do to save him. Hey, do you guys think that there are people lurking in here right now? We've got, what, 13 million people? I'm about ready to draw. I may do it myself, or I may call Man Mini once I get my bearings straight on this. I'm not sure yet, but yeah. I still have not copied this list and printed it like Minnie had suggested. Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, we hit that donut right out of the park, LV. What's a person to do? 5-person book. You send them to school. They still act like a typical Westerner. They still want to let people know they're in the room. I have no idea where that comes from. Oh, so silly. All right, I'm gonna call out for Minnie, and I'm gonna see if she'll come over. I'm not sure she's listening or watching the live stream because they're very busy cooking in the kitchen. They're preparing for some reunion, some class reunion that's happening tomorrow. I'm not into all that stuff, guys. I don't know if she's planning on dragging me to this Minio or not. Larice Resurrection. Oh, you're stepping up because I'm ready to draw. Man, Minnie, are you there? Are you within the sound of my voice? Oh, you are. Dan doesn't use shoelaces, and then he wonders why his shoes fall off his feet. That is so me. That's so me. Come on over here because they want to say hello and they want you to draw. They want. My face. That's all right. No one cares about your face. Come on over here and there she is.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, Filipino Raquel is here. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so now we're gonna draw. Oh, where'd I go? Now everything's focused. You don't want to see me anyway. You want to see Man Mini. All right, Pull a number out of there.
Okay.
Baby, pull a number out of there. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. Ah, this is a good number, I think. I think it's a good number. Number 15 is going to be, wait a minute. Bitter half. Who's bitter half? Number 15. Who is bitter half? Bitter half, shout out. Is that somebody's ninja channel?
Good evening, guys.
Bitter half going once. First call out. Bitter half for 200 pesos. Going twice. Bitter half. Call out for 200 pesos. Going 3 times. Bitter half. You're up. Bitter half. Going 4 times. That's number 15.
It's going.
Look at the. We're flaming out, LV. Last
LV,
call.
LV.
Yeah, last call out for
Honey.
bitter half. Number 15. No, they're not here. But 15 million of you are. So we're going to have what? Bitter half is here. Bitter half is the winner.
Congrats,
All right.
sir.
So bitter half, that's got to be
LV.
that's got to be like a ninja account for somebody that I know. And so bitter half, send me when you private message me through Messenger. Send me your Gcash number so that I don't have to look so hard for it. I'm an old man. Don't make me work. I trust you, and I'll send you. I will send that out right away. That's 200.
Wow, this is pretty. Your poop is pretty.
What? Bitter half is crystals? I can't believe it. Bitter half. Haha, Sir Man Mini. Thank you. It's crystals is bitter half. How do you know that? I don't even know. I can't even keep track of the regular folks, let alone everybody else. Bitter half must be Mark. Yesterday, Anime says it's crystals. All right, well, you guys would know. Hey, well, I would say that this live was a success. Coming in and doing this impromptu was a success. So please join me on the next live stream. We don't know when that's going to be now because now I'm getting addicted to doing it. So, oh my gosh, it sounds like the roof is about ready to crash in on us anyway. So now would be a good time to end it. Take care, everybody, and whatever Larry says, that's what I want you to do.
Have a good night.
Be safe. Try to have fun. Treat everybody with care. Be nice to your family, and we're gonna get this money out to bitter half in like 10 seconds. Yeah, it's Crystal. See you guys later. Bye bye. Thanks for being.